Back to another episode of NDC, where we talk about news, discussion, countdowns, and much more atop of various game series. Now remember last time I did a Kingdom Hearts 3 news video, and I said there probably won't be any more Kingdom Hearts 3 news for a little while? Well, I lied. There's actually a lot more Kingdom Hearts 3 news. And not only Kingdom Hearts 3, we also got some Unchained Key and even the original Kingdom Hearts news up in here. So, I guess we should begin. Alright, so for the first thing is that Sora might have passed the Mark of Mastery test by what was shown in the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer. Now you might be questioning, how can this be? How is this possible? Well, I mean, I don't know how it's gonna happen, but apparently, in some interview, I don't know when, but, I don't know. It basically said that when you're a master, a Keyblade master, you're able to do types of Keyblade, things that you could do with your Keyblade and different moves than you could when you were just a Keyblade wielder. Now, and one of those moves includes Keyblade transformations. And in the E3 trailer that we saw Sora did Keyblade transformations with his 2-shoot blasters and his Pegasus chariot from Olympus Coliseum. Wow. Well then. So that means Sora might be a Keyblade master. That could mean that he, at the start of the game, could be a Keyblade wielder, just a regular Keyblade wielder, and then he becomes a Keyblade master of Master Yen Sid. Riku could have lended him some powers. I have no idea how that would work, but I just want a clean, happy ending where Sora defeats Xehanort and becomes a Keyblade master. That's just how I wanted to end, but apparently this says otherwise. It could also be that Sora's training right now, along with trying to find the key to returning hearts, I believe. It might be trying to find Ven, but anyways, he could be training during that so he can become a Keyblade master once he returns. So, that's just something to think about. Number 2 is that there might be a 2016 release date on the third quarter of the year, so that'd be like fall time. And this was stated on the Play magazine. Alright, so there's this magazine. It's pretty trustworthy. It's called Play Magazine, and basically most of it are PlayStation games that are shown there. I guess that were shown at E3 or something like that. But with this, Kingdom Hearts 3 doesn't have a direct, clear-cut release date. But the Play magazine says otherwise. No, really. It still doesn't have an official release date, but Play magazine says as its release date, it's going to be third quarter, so that's fall. So that could be September, October, November-ish time in 2016. That actually might be a good time for releasing Kingdom Hearts 3, but it's still not official. It still might release in 2017. If you haven't watched my video on that, there's a card for the NDC playlist that should have shown up by now, so you could go see that. But anyways, yeah, that's what I was talking about. So, it's still not official on stuff. There were a few errors in the entry of the magazine, but there were small errors. So, that's also something to think about. I don't know what I think about that. But the release date is still unofficial. Number 3 is that, is some Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key news, is that game will be released late this year. And by late this year, I think they mean kind of like, and this was tweeted out, I'm pretty sure by late in years that they mean the third quarter. Somewhere around September, October-ish time sounds good to me. And that's when we'll be able to download. I mean, I can't get over it. I'm recording on my tablet right now if you don't do this. Yeah, if you didn't know. This whole thing, yeah, it was brought to you by a tablet and an app, Mobizin. Yeah, I've also made a video on that, so you can check that out. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this so much. It's gonna be one of the Kingdom Hearts games I play the most, because I'm always on my tablet, and this probably will let me play on my tablet a lot more, so I don't know. Anyways, I just like the idea. And releasing late this year, that sounds awesome, although my summer will probably end by then, so I won't have as much time to play it as I would like to, but yeah, I'm just getting into personal stuff right now. This isn't a discussion, this is a news video. Alright, so for number 4 is that Tetsuya Nomura has stated before, I'm pretty sure at the Kingdom Hearts Spotlight, this was sort of late, but anyways, that you're going to have to play both Kingdom Hearts Key and Unchained Key to understand the full story of the game. Because they are very similar games, but they're not quite the same, and they have different aspects and elements. Dang it. I'm just going to say dang it, because really, there's remakes, such as Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, Rechain of Memories, Kingdom Hearts Recoded, and basically those are just better graphical, sometimes, versions of themselves, sometimes on consoles instead of handhelds, and it's just really, I don't know how to describe it. It's really good. It's basically the same game with better mechanics, you could say, sometimes, with extra features. But apparently, Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key isn't going to be a remake for Key. I mean, it might, in a way, be a remake, but it's not really. It's not really. So you're going to have to play both games. Now, unfortunately, I really don't like this idea, because if it's just slightly different, then it's going to be pretty boring going through both of them, just to see that slight difference. So hopefully, it's a good enough difference for me and everyone who doesn't like going through the same stuff over again better. Like, it has to be of a difference, like Terra story and Ven story. Like, it's of course going to have the same worlds, the same storyline for those worlds, maybe the same storyline for those worlds, but there has to be some different things about it. Now, if you go over to the Kingdom Hearts Key and Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key trailer, they are drastically different, if I do say so myself. So, who knows? Alright, so for number 5, this is actually pertaining to the original Kingdom Hearts 1, and that's there in the code. Someone found in the code. First off, I'll say that later. Alright, so in the code, they found a sprite. Now, there's a couple of sprites. There's one for Disney Castle. You probably know, might not know, that world was going to be playable at some point in Kingdom Hearts, but it got scrapped. There's also a sprite for Deep Jungle, but it also kind of looked like Destiny Islands. And there's also a sprite that was a Toy Story sprite, I'm pretty sure. So, Toy Story was going to be in Kingdom Hearts twice. For Kingdom Hearts, the original, it was going to be a whole world, and that would have been awesome. Kingdom Hearts 2, Toy Story, Woody and Buzz would have been in as summons for Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, but they didn't make it in the cut in time. So, unfortunately, Toy Story got cut out twice. Now, this is a big step for Kingdom Hearts 3. Now that they have as much time as they want, apparently, I mean, we've already been waiting 2 years ever since it's been announced. They've got plenty of time to get something Toy Story into the game. I don't care if it's not a world. I don't care if it's just a summon or a sub-world. I just want it to be in, really. But anyway, enough about my opinion again. That's just something. So, another thing, I guess you could say, is that there was artwork found that was never before seen in the code. It's pretty much useless, but, you know, it's pretty cool to see, I guess. I might put it in the description below, but I will probably forget. Alright, so So for the 7th thing is that there are side quests. Well, I'll still say 6. So for the 6th thing is that for Kingdom Hearts 3, yeah, we're back to Kingdom Hearts 3 news. This is pretty big stuff. That there are side quests in Kingdom Hearts 3. Yes, I've always wanted this. So, here's how it would go. Since Kingdom Hearts 1 had about 1 story per each Disney World, Kingdom Hearts 2, you return to every Disney World, almost every Disney World for that matter of fact, twice. So, it would seem a little drastic if you returned 3 times, every single time for a story element for each world. Especially if there's going to be a lot more worlds than in Kingdom Hearts 2. So my idea is that after you do the 2nd story for each world, you go on and do side quests in those worlds. So once you completely finish the world, there's side quests that you can do, and you might get the world Keyblade from there. You get special things from the side quests, and it'll just be really short, maybe 10-15 minute side quests that you can do, and it'll be really awesome for when you're bored, or you could go to multiplayer, but that's something else. Anyways, yeah. Now it just got me thinking that maybe online could be implemented for these side quests, or maybe just controller, you could add in on your controller, co-op. Might be something like that, and it would be pretty cool, just something to distract you from the main story from a little bit, just a tad bit, and you could go back on to the main story. Alright, so for the 7th thing, yeah, this is really loud. For the 7th thing, I'm going to say, okay, so for the 7th thing, this is a really long song, by the way. Anyway, for the 7th thing, there is going to be Keyblade leveling in Kingdom Hearts 3. Okay, now you stop. Alright, so for Kingdom Hearts 3 and Keyblade leveling, this is a really good idea because, there are some Keyblades that you don't use because they're magic-based and their ability kind of stinks or stuff like that. Mainly people are attackers because that's just their life, but anyway. With Keyblade leveling, you could have a nincompoop Keyblade, level it up, and it could be an ultimate boss. Sort of like Magikarp to Gyarados. It'll be one of the strongest Keyblades in the game once you level it up. And it'll be a challenge, because the Keyblade is so weak, it can barely take down anything. So it's probably going to take a little bit until it could work its way to level up until it's just a complete boss. Another example from Pokemon would be Phoebus and that other thing. But anyways, I forgot its name. No. Milotic. Yay. Okay. So, this is probably, Keyblade leveling is going to probably work the same way as your regular leveling, but you can't do any magic. So you're just going to have to do plain attacks in order for your Keyblade to level up. Because when you do magic, it's not the Keyblade that's attacking, it's the magic that's hitting the opponent and attacking. I know this is a really long video, but there's a lot of news. So here we go. So yeah, that's a really good idea. Number 8 is that basically all the worlds in Kingdom Hearts 3 have already been decided, and you might be saying, well, we're probably not going to get any good movies from 2012, 2013, because that's when the game was announced. No. We can't even get some worlds from 2014 movies, because Square Enix got the right from Disney at one point in time, probably in 2014, to get movies that haven't been released yet for Kingdom Hearts 3. And in a way, it could work for a promo type thing. I doubt it, but Kingdom Hearts really just has mostly hit movies and stuff like that, so I doubt it, but anyways, so yeah, the worlds have been decided, and that's good news. Number 9 is that there is advanced AI for enemies and party. Basically, how this is gonna work is that I made a video on the advanced AI news, so if you want to go more specifically into it, there is once again a card for NDC, all episodes. You can go to the playlist there and find that news video. So very briefly, I'm going to say that enemies are going to respond a lot more. They're actually going to work in a team for stronger attacks. It's going to be really cool, and they'll be pretty hard to take down because they're working as a team. And they know when to disappear, so you gotta like sneak up on them and attack and stuff like that. So that's pretty good. But it's not only for enemies; it's also for your party members. I'm pretty sure everybody's heard of Donald not healing you, and when you finally get a chance to put a potion over your head, right after the potion lands on your head, he uses Cure on you. So you just wasted a potion. Well, that's not actually that bad when you think about it, because you're getting twice the healing. But anyways, yeah, that's gonna be really cool. Donald is no longer, I believe, gonna heal you right after you use a potion. He's gonna heal you, not probably automatically as you get into the red bar. Maybe you have an option for that, but I doubt it. But, you know, in a reasonable amount of time, and not when a time when you're actually free. Probably when you're in a pickle, he'll try to heal you. If he doesn't reach it in time, don't blame him. I mean, you could have done it yourself. Jeez. No, you couldn't. But anyways. When do you ever heal Donald? Anyways. Alright, enough of that. And for the final 10th thing, I know you're sitting here lagging around because there's so much news, but for the final 10th thing is that Star Wars is unlikely in Kingdom Hearts 3. This is because it's not a classic Disney movie, but so that means in an interview, actually, there was a company, and they asked about Star Wars, the only one I've seen for a few weeks, and Tetsuya Nomura responded, but it would be a lot harder to get to because Square Enix only has rights through Disney Interactive, so you're going to have to get lots of licenses, and overall, a different sort of way to get Disney movies than what they're used to, and so it makes it difficult. So Star Wars might be unlikely, and you might be asking, wait, Marvel was also bought by Disney. But if you really put your brain to it, think of Port Royal, for example, and how bad of a world you might think that is. It was a pretty good world in my opinion, but, you know, not for Kingdom Hearts 3. It's just that it would feel just plain wrong. I mean, you have, like, Donald versus Iron Man? Like, what? Donald versus that, Donald versus this. When you really draw the connections, it's really weird. It's just really weird. Like saying Pete and Barbossa in the same place. It's just too weird. And, you know, it's too realistic. Kingdom Hearts really just has cartoons as their worlds. They're probably going to keep it that way after some negative responses after Port Royal. But other than that, I think that's going to be about it for this news video. So, oh yeah, one more thing. I decided to talk a little bit more briefly on more Kingdom Hearts 3 at D23. Yes, I believe more Kingdom Hearts 3 will be at D23, but I want story. I mean, yeah, we've gotten a couple of gameplay trailers, so now it's time to step up our game for story. So far, the only story that we really got is Sora being able to pick up the Master Keeper, and that actually might draw back to the Mark and Mastery thing. Anyways, and the opening scene in Kingdom Hearts, and that's really it for story. Besides, you know, the other opening scene that they decided to actually animate. So I still think that we still really need some story elements, like how cutscenes are gonna work, how Disney characters are gonna look. I mean, come on, it's been 2 years since it's been announced. We gotta see how some characters look. Besides Sora, Donald, and Goofy. Plus, we need to see Riku's new outfit. And there might be a little bit more gameplay, but really they've already shown their gameplay that they need to show. And it looks alright. They don't need to improve it anymore. They just need to work on the story now. And since they probably already worked on the story for a long time now, I think that there might be some story elements at D23 this year. And remember, at TGS, they're probably not going to show any Kingdom Hearts 3. That's overload right there, but they might show, however they will, a Dream Drop Distance HD remaster, or however you call it. Some people call it Kingdom Hearts HD instead of 3D Dream Drop Distance. Some people call it Dream Drop Distance, the final remix, but, you know, there's going to be more remixes than that if there's going to be more than that saga. And there's just multiple things. 3.5 remix, or 3.75 remix, I meant 2.75 remix, 2.9 remix, stuff like that. So however they're going to do Dream Drop Distance, they're probably going to do it at TGS, because other remixes have been shown at TGS, such as 1.5 and 2.5. So it's only right for Dream Drop Distance to be at TGS to finish it all off. And that's about it for this NDC episode. So like to share your appreciation, comment to share your thoughts, subscribe for some more NDC news for Kingdom Hearts 3, Unchained Key, and other stuff. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.